Hello, hello, hello. Under the tree again. Um, Good to be here, Melanie. You had a good week.
Very good.
The folks say they couldn't hear as well. I hope that we got to turn up up.
We up to the max.
Yeah. So last week, everybody complained. So I talk loud.
Cute.
They're blaming
That's
me.
it.
Hey, folks, it's in the Bahamas and it's cold. It's almost snowing. What?
Headed to 40 degrees, eh?
Boy, where we at is in the western part of the island, right to the tip,
Yeah,
and
very near the beach.
we on a hill near the beach, and it's cold. So I gotta be buckled down, cause me and cold don't work together. That's Melanie thing. I ain't no fool with the cold.
Ah, yeah.
See how Melanie look like she strapped down, and folks, it ain't playing. I had a rough week this weekend. This week on Melanie.
Yeah. Your week
Yeah.
was rough. So sorry to hear that.
One bad tooth trying to hold me down and mash me up. But I hope it over by this next week. So, despite what it is, it's a beautiful day, and we're gonna talk something but love. But this time, listen, you got your pen and a lot. I ain't gonna get aggressive today. I just stay in the lane, like some of the folks tell me. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm not gonna get out of the lane.
Okay.
And send condolences to all the folks who lost loved ones this week.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. Men, listen to me. Black men are killing black men in the Bahamas. Black young men is a bad thing. And we need to do something about it.
And it's worse when they kill women.
Well, you know how that goes. Um, very rare they kill women. Very rare.
Yeah.
But I mean,
We've
black men
had
can, yeah, but black men kill
recent.
men most. But anyhow, folks, you, we lost loved one. Send my condolences. And Melanie from under the tree where we meet. Melanie and Super Tunes. Here we go. Love and what?
Love or infatuation.
Love and functions.
The basis of your
I don't even
relationship.
know where to start. Like I always say, and I think Linda wanted to talk about this because
Yes.
she always what love, 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 love. This and talking about that, and I told her there's no love, it's
Mm.
foolishness. So I hope today that I broke it down, what I meant
Okay.
and how I meant, and I hope we got the folks out there interact with me
Mm.
so they can keep me grounded, you know,
Yeah.
because I got a lot to share. First of all, let me see if I can explain what's supposed to be like.
Okay.
Not I said. For me, I had like a lot of experience in this talk about love. Everywhere I go, people
Not
talk.
living it.
No, people trying to. No, I really don't. You don't really much love me. People throw love around the word "I love you" or
Okay.
"love."
Mm-hmm.
Or most cases and most times, that's not love. That's emotion or that's their feeling.
Well, love is definitely an
Yeah,
emotion,
and so
and basically, it's the emotion that you feel when people please you, and that's
yeah,
what they
but
call
I,
love.
I'm gonna break it. Excuse me. I'm gonna break something down.
Okay.
Deep stuff. We going
Mm-hmm.
deep. So, folks, if you got a pencil and pen, you need to. This is hot. This is how I see love. It's when a mother
Mm-hmm.
hugs the child,
Mm-hmm.
and she takes the child till she becomes 10.
Understand?
Hold on. She reached the age of 10. The child reached
Uh-huh.
the age of 10.
Uh-huh.
And so the mother says to the child, I want you to go to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother's doing it because she feels that the child needs to be
Mm-hmm. Active,
active and
physically.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this is to groom and grow up to be so and so.
Mm-hmm. Teach a number of important life lessons.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is where people get love mixed up. Okay. Because you're now nurturing this child to go
Mm-hmm.
to dance.
Mm-hmm.
But this child probably wasn't even created to go to dance.
Or has no interest.
Yeah. She
No
probably
natural interest.
this child do dance, and this child do have no ability to do. So she goes out, she does well because she
Yeah.
was taught how to. But deep down,
And she's doing it because mommy wants her to
do
do
it.
it.
And what
And
happened?
maybe she enjoys it, have
Yeah,
fun from time
she
to
maybe
time.
she enjoyed it, but this is not her makeup. This
Okay.
is not. So what you thinking now? You trying to show this person or this child love.
Right.
This is not love because you are now setting this child where she even don't want to be.
Well, at some point, the child comes to recognize that that's not where she
No,
wants to be.
she has no choice because you the mother and you live in her house, so she has no choice.
Well, I guess in the Bahamas, that's the case.
Now, okay, fine. And the mom is good. So I'm gonna. I just break it down.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can break it down real to make it for
Mm-hmm.
the for people out there to understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
You grow a plant. You a garden.
Mm-hmm.
You grow a plant.
Mm-hmm.
You nurture this plant. You want this plant have it blossom and grow.
Mm-hmm.
But in actuality, all this okay. In actuality, all this nurturing you give this plant. This plant gonna come and grow what it's supposed to grow.
Yes.
You can't change this.
No, you can't change the nature of the plant.
So
The
love,
plant is an
right?
orange tree, so you can't conform it or transform it into an
And
apple tree.
you could nurture it as much as you want.
Mm-hmm.
That plant
It's gonna be what it
is
was
it's done
made
destined by God
to be an orange
to
tree.
be a plant that will blossom.
Right.
You got my point now?
Right.
So in humans, I know
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened. You expecting me, because you say you love me, to sing to all of your wishes and tunes. And probably not all, but you decided in your mind the type of man you want. You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone and men decide on the type of woman
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
wants as well.
But that is so wrong. That's why it's not love. Because now you can try to force me into your way.
I think the wrong in it all is that you choose somebody who doesn't fit what you have in your mind and try to transform them. But there are people out there who fit the criteria. So go and take the time to find the person who meets your criteria. And that's what our problem is.
I know. I don't think. Well, I think you're still off. I understand that you come in songs, right? Songs good. But here's the problem with this. I think you should fix you. See, think about this. But
Yes,
yeah,
we should fix
right.
ourselves. We
So,
should know what it is that we want, and we
mhm.
should take the time to find what it is we're looking for.
So if I ask you a couple of questions
Mm-hmm.
about, you talking about love, relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you say you lock yourself in the room, and a man will find you.
No, I wouldn't say that.
A good woman will say, I can lock myself and make myself good. I can dress up and listen to the room and put on this, grow my hair, get ready for this guy. That's what women do.
Yeah.
I just use the
Yeah.
word lock in the room.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. Stay in the house.
Or not
And so,
necessarily stay in the house,
uh-huh.
but
Mhm.
prepare herself for a mate,
Uh-huh.
right? And that's what we all should do. We should be focusing on developing ourselves to becoming a independent but effective social being, meaning that we are not looking for someone to fulfill our needs. We are carrying already in ourselves everything that we need, and we're really only looking for somebody to complement that.
And here's it. All of that doesn't matter. All, all that doesn't matter. Listen, all that doesn't matter because you could go and find somebody who can buy you. That's not that's not what it is. Love is somebody. This is what love is. Somebody to listen to.
Someone who listens to you and you listen to them.
Yeah, somebody who listens to you. But most times, somebody who listens to you, not not you even you listen to them. Somebody who sits there and just listen to you.
But it has to be two way.
No, no, no.
It's a
I am
reciprocal.
talking about love. It gonna be reciprocal, yeah.
Mhm,
But if I button everything, when you're talking and I button,
mhm,
but
mhm.
I'm not listening to you.
Or I try to correct you, or I
Yeah.
try to put you
Mhm.
down,
See,
make you feel less intelligent than I am, those sorts of things.
all of this goes back to where it was. Set the ground. But here what love to me, all that time, here what love to me is.
Mhm,
I no, I'll tell a story first.
mhm,
I was married
mhm.
and we
And
break
in
up.
love,
I thought I had a good marriage.
yeah.
We break up.
But you were in love.
Yeah, thought I
Okay.
had a good marriage. We break up.
Mhm,
But one day I took my son Kyle to the bar, and this couple came and he was just staring this couple, staring this couple. I said, Kyle, what happened? And then he said, "It's my son." He said, "Daddy, what happened to you and mom?" And I was kind of taken back
mhm.
because I was like, why he got?
Because he's looking at a couple who appear to be well into each other and together,
So,
connected.
so what he saw,
Mhm.
he got his
He got
opinion.
an imagery of what in his mind
What?
is an ideal situation.
So, most times, what we see
Mhm.
gets us in trouble.
That's true.
We get,
Especially men.
because we get the wrong opinion.
Mhm.
And we judge
Yes, that's the
from what we
word.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, love most times is these simple things that I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Create your environment for you to say you love somebody. For you to say you love somebody. Yeah, yeah. So you can say you love somebody. And and you say, yeah, um, and you say that you love somebody.
Mhm.
And so what I'm saying, what we see,
Mhm.
what we hear,
Mhm. What we
what we
feel.
feel, we think we love.
Okay.
But that's not love.
Because. Okay.
So I'm telling you what is
So
not
what
love.
is love?
Ah, love is consistency.
Consistency in.
Consistency. Let me give you why. Consistency in you, whatever you do. Let me give you what love why I say consistency.
Mhm.
When you see a woman that you control,
Mhm.
you make what?
A move.
Okay. And then when you first met her,
Mhm.
you used to call her every morning.
Yes.
Him every morning.
Mhm.
And you continue calling him. And you continue calling him every morning. So when you call him every morning, yeah. So consistency is um, consistent. You make her coffee before you make yours.
Mhm.
You call her every day
Mhm.
and tell her you love her.
Mhm.
It's consistency and consistency, consistency, consistency is love.
Okay. So what I am what I am hearing is that you see a person,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know that person that well, but as your son did, you
Mm-hmm.
form an opinion
Right.
of what maybe the potential
Right.
of that person is. And so you grow and you take it upon yourself to extend kindness, expressions of love, and you do things that you perceive will make that individual happy. Okay? Now, my thing is that's love coming from you towards that individual. And then, over a period of time, it changes.
Mhm.
What would cause you to change all these niceties from calling every morning, making the coffee? Because consistency now, in my opinion, is irrespective of what you discover down the road, you then fall in love with this individual. So no matter what their characteristics are, you remain in love because love is consistency. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Why love now this relationship of consistency?
Mm-hmm.
It's when one of the parties not being consistent no longer.
Yes.
You got me now?
Yes.
So if love consistency, that means I do things from day one when I met you.
Irrespective of how you
Change.
change.
Yeah.
So if you become abusive, I am still supposed to stay with you, love you, do all those niceties still. Because I have to remain consistent.
Because if you consistent,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm abusive and you consistent on what you did to get my attention,
Mm-hmm.
there had to be something went wrong with. Hey Tony, how you doing? Good to see you. We got you there. But consistency, it will never get to that point if you consistent both you're consistent of what they're
Okay.
doing. So when you
So,
drift, when you decide to do
mhm,
something ordinary or different,
mhm.
that's why it's not love.
Okay. So let's go then, because
You can't really define
clearly,
love.
clearly, the consistency must be accompanied by some other factors. Consistency in what is what we need to really look at.
Consistency. See, I can't make you love me.
Yeah, you can make
No,
me
I
love
can't.
you.
See,
No,
no,
you
no.
can't make me love you, but you could cause me to love you.
Hold on. Stop. I can't make you. This is where we get the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make you love me.
No, but you can cause me to
I,
love you.
I can't cause it.
Yes.
Hold on. I could remain consistent what I'm doing.
In your kindness,
And
and
my whatever.
I may not, you may have loved me
Uh-huh,
in the first instance,
uh-huh,
but I may not have loved you. But because of what you bring and what you have shown me and demonstrated, caused me to fall in love with you.
but that's not love
What is it?
because that's infatuation. See, don't mix this up. Let's go back to this.
Infatuation is a part of love,
Hold on.
It's the first
Hold on.
phase.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Slow down. Love. If
And infatuation only
see,
lasts so long.
it ain't much to this word love. We throw this word love, but ain't really none of that. See, let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. If I give you everything you want, oh wait,
Uh-huh.
if I give you everything you
Or desire.
or desire,
Mhm.
and you start to love me because I've given you everything you want.
Not only because
Hold
you
on.
give me,
Hold on.
but because of the way you interact with me.
Okay, don't matter. You say what you want. See. All right, how you
Uh-huh.
interact. Okay, that is not love.
Okay, what is it?
That is when people go. Sorry to be.
Say that sky.
Oh, that's Sky. Okay. When people, hi Sky, I love you. So when people do this, they call it. I just told you, love is consistent.
But
Hold on,
consistency.
hold on. I can
So
break it down.
okay, so let me ask you this. Then.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
just look at
I know.
just let's look at consistency in relation to me being consistently mean to you, whilst you are
I call
consistently
you back.
kind.
Don't show. Yeah, yeah. So say that again.
If love is consistency, I can be consistently mean to you whilst you are being consistently kind. So, where is the love in that? So, love is consistency in meanness or consistency in kindness. What is it?
See,
What is this consistency?
hold on. I'm gonna get to all of this. When you when When see, you cannot make a flower. Anytime you try to force a flower to blossom,
Hmm.
they'll die. Probably.
So, what is the purpose of you loving an individual? How? What do you get from your consistency?
See, kindness, love, love is kind, love is patient, love is acceptance, right? When a woman decided to love you because you've been kind to her,
Hmm. And
stop,
then
stop,
she began to
stop,
return that love
stop,
to you
stop, right there. Let's do this again. When a woman love you
because
because
you're
you've
being
been kind
kind
to
to
her,
her. Yes.
put that to your head.
Yeah.
Okay. So because it's a woman thing, right?
I. No, 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 no,
Go
no.
ahead, go ahead. I can
I
get to
am
it.
trying to get
Where I'm going, or trying to get the base of it.
a
Yeah.
bite
See, okay,
into
let me give
this
you the bite.
thing.
Let me get you the bite. Let me give you a bite.
Mm-hmm,
Let me
mm-hmm.
give you a bite. Because if you're gonna love me because how I treat you, you only loving me because how I treat you.
So how? What? Tell me then. What is the alternative to falling in love with you because of your kindness? I fall in love with
No,
you because of what?
you gotta fall in love with me
Uh-huh.
because you care of my consistency, my concern, I pick up the phone and call, I give my consent. Not because what I can give you.
So, oh God. Um.
See, stop.
Mhm.
You mixing. I know
No, 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 no,
you
no,
saying
no,
I'm
no, no.
crazy. Let me break it
No,
down. I can
no,
break it down.
no.
So if I give you all the things you want, I am then making you to do and be what I want you to be. You're not being
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I am coaxing you to love me. I am bringing you. So my kindness now is soft.
Cause me to become infatuated with you.
So, yeah, it's never love because now I soften you up to become and do what I want you to do.
So you are consistent with that, and you consistently are kind to me. So what is it that you want from me?
If you love me, when I meet your eye,
Mm-hmm.
and your eye meet my eye,
Mm-hmm.
like the old people say, it's a match made in heaven, right? That's what they say. So now you have to be consistent. Don't tell me I have to do everything to get you. No, no, you should be.
That's not what
Hold on.
you're actually converting a response into a statement. The response is you ask the question, what happens when I do all these things
Mhm.
for you? And the response is naturally, I guess, show appreciation and do things back in return
Yeah,
rather than say I fall in love with
but
you.
I trying to get this. You what you do? See what's going on here. Let me make it simple for you.
Hmm.
Like you are a pear tree, but I want apples. So I try to make you an apple to form into my web.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's not love.
Hey, talk about complicated.
No.
Talk about complicated. Complicated.
No, because you can't define love. See, love is something you can't define. See,
Well,
under
I
you,
guess you'd
under
have
you,
to turn.
under you.
And I thought about it as in preparing for this
Mhm.
this week, right? And I said that the only definition that I guess is consistent that most people can refer to is that which is found in the Bible,
Mhm.
in the New Testament.
Because you ain't gonna never watch now. I'm going deep. You ain't gonna never love everything I have to
So
or
the
everything I do.
consistency that you are talking about then would be that list of characteristics that
Ah,
you find in the Bible.
there you go. Now you're smart. You pick that up. I don't know how you get there before I even finish my whole. You
Because you was trying to confuse the hell out of me.
no
Yeah.
because 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 I know. See, see. When I thought when I say apples, you can't make a tree.
Uh huh.
Apples you
Hmm.
cannot. See,
Hmm.
That's what people do. I just say all that to say
But
that's what
now,
people do in the relationship.
but now,
They want you
to
to become
conform,
to
to
conform,
conform.
and that's the only way I can love you.
And that was why I said what I said about time. In before we can say that we love someone, we can say, I find you interesting. I
Ah,
find you fascinating. I find you appealing, right? But to say that I love you, I think, or you may say, because
love is
most people will
overplayed.
say, I think I'm falling in love with you. So that means the journey has started, but I'm not there yet. I need to know more. I need to interact with you more. I need to do more exchange, interact,
So, so,
do
so,
more sharing.
so, if I love you,
Mhm.
this word you all throw around, this word I foolishness. Hold on,
Love,
wait.
love is really an attachment term, you
Right.
know.
But let's say you take me as your wife.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
how we get break?
Well, that's a complex because it is complex from one situation to the next.
Because
Because number one, there is a breakdown in the communication.
stop being consistent with you.
Yes.
Consistency. I go right back
Consistency.
there.
Yes.
You consistently tell me you love me.
But guess
You
what?
consistently hold my hand.
But guess
You
what?
consistently every day you get up. I pray for you, Tony. You consistently see when you do this consistently.
But you know,
I will have.
it's easier to be consistent when your partner is also consistent. Because if your partner is not consistent, that's where things
Preach,
fall apart.
preach. Now you got it. Now you got it.
That's where things fall apart.
So all of this, you buy me clothes, you buy me that ain't nothing. That is not love.
Mm-mm.
People create that and say that's love because
Mm.
that's the way the world say this is how you love. To give a woman is love. To buy a flower is a Valentine is love. But all you doing is setting yourself up
For more expenses,
to break. When you set yourself up on this pedestal,
you break yourself,
you
baby.
break because now you could consistently give flowers. One day you can't afford the flowers. You know what the party gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
You used to bring me flowers.
You don't bring me flowers.
And
You don't sing me love songs.
and so the problem people have in relationships, and they throw this word around loosely,
Uh
they're
huh.
not consistent.
Right.
Because just the way you wooed me to
Mm-hmm.
get me into this
Right.
web,
But you
mhm,
know what we have to realize is when we first meet an individual, our goal is to impress their socks off or maybe their pants off, right? And so you only can do that, and that is why love is regarded on a continuum of infatuation and attachment. And then you realize people say, I don't have that tingly feeling anymore because that was
because it
infatuation.
was never a feeling.
It was
What it
infatuation.
what it was, what it
What was
was,
it?
you saw something that it good for you at that moment,
Yeah.
and
And
so
then if
you.
you remember,
Mhm.
right? I don't know how many people do it now. Um, But if if you don't topple into bed with an individual on the first night that you meet them and you exercise caution and say, I need to this guy appear to be really nice or this girl appears to be really nice and she could be a prospect for a long-term relationship, right? And so what I have to do is slowly step into this thing and get to know her. The songs say take time to know her. It's not an overnight thing. The thing that happens in the Bahamas predominantly is the men know that all they really want is a piece. They don't really want no relationship.
No, they don't
But
want
the
it.
girl is looking for a
Yeah, she's
relationship.
trying to.
And so the fault is hers because at the end of the day, she is the one who has the biggest price to pay, especially if you topple in bed on the first night, you end up with a baby, you end up with a sexually transmitted disease, the list goes on. And he is gone. You don't even know his name, number, address, anything, but you have a baby growing inside of you from a one night stand.
See, I'm gonna say this. Miss Paula, just say you go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
you want to lose some pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the first day and you come home, you look in the mirror,
And you're a loser.
and you lose it. You go the second day, come look in the mirror. What happened? You lose it.
You gotta keep going.
Okay.
Because unless you are operating in ignorance to think that 2 days at the gym and you will lose the weight. But before you go to the gym, before you start a weight loss effort, you need to have more knowledge about the process.
Right. So,
And likewise, in getting into a relationship, you need to have a little more background information about who you're taking this journey with.
yeah. So now, before you go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
the third day you come home, look, the sun doesn't happen. So this journey,
Mm-hmm.
you have to investigate.
Yes.
First of all,
Mm-hmm.
I want to lose 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do it? What gym is important? Where do I go? Who do I? How I stop eating this meat, that meat. So it's a
Right.
process.
Yes.
Okay, that is what people don't want to do. That's too much work. They just want to go to the gym, come look in the mirror.
And that's what people do in relationships
Yeah,
too.
that's what
They
I'm
don't
talking
want to get to know the person.
about. They don't.
As a matter of fact, like I said before, men don't even want to know you. All they want to know is that they could get some and they could go home.
Right, but they develop love like that. The same scenario.
They love the sex.
Yeah, they see you. Same thing. They go
So what they fall in love with?
the picture.
They fall in love with what they
Yeah,
what
they-
they experience.
yeah.
They fall in love with you. Because remember that I always listen, I never forget a show that you did. You know what you said? You said men don't love women, they love sex.
Yeah. Men love sex and sex. Men don't even love themselves. Because men will chase, spend all their money. Same
Have
thing-
a good time.
Listen what I can say. Same thing as love. They spend all their money trying to get one girl in between her leg. Now watch. But his word and language there every time is
I love you.
there you go. There you go. But
I love you.
and
I
he
love the idea of getting in between your leg. That's what he really
and
loves.
so we can define love. What
Except going to the scriptures.
what women are looking for.
And what men are looking for is different.
Yeah, but let me tell you what women looking for.
Mhm.
Try to call it love.
What are they looking for? Security.
Somebody to validate them. See, LOV, validate. I get to E next. See, when I talk about love, right? When you are looking for true love, you actually want somebody to validate you.
And that is in 21st century
Hold on.
universe.
Hold on. So if you're looking for somebody to validate you, that is telling me you are not in love. Because why are you gonna look for somebody to validate you?
So you're telling me that women have the wrong concept of love.
Mm-hmm.
They're really looking for validation.
Mm-hmm. They want see this why I say you can't define love is because love is all over the place to some people. People define love in different ways and can.
Yes.
It's all over the place.
Yes.
Because you might be just looking somebody to take care of you, or looking somebody a house to live,
Yeah.
and so you start validating a guy who could put you in a house.
Who has the means
Has nothing to
of
do with
doing
love.
that. Yeah.
But once you find that you gonna love, and guess what you do? Guess what you gonna do?
Tell me.
You gonna you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave. You're gonna leave all of your children
Uh-huh.
and dump them on somewhere, and you're going to this fella because he can put you in the house. He say, "Don't bring your children because only I can't stand your children."
Oh,
So you dump your children and you run to live with this man for him to validate you. Now you can tell your friends, "I got a house."
that is crazy.
It happens. But see, love caused so many people so much pain.
And that's not supposed to be the case.
No, they're not supposed to. So because people all over the place trying to be validated into how people give up their whole life in the career just to be with a man or woman. Oh, I want you to be in my house. I don't want you to work no more. You're a lawyer. I want you to give your career up in the town. And you will give your whole life up and say, okay, I just gonna be with this man.
But that is based on the assumption that this man is going to do a number of things for you without him even telling you what he's going to do.
Yeah. But you see, this is like brothers. You now accept this based on words. He the validation.
Promise, yeah, he make you a promise.
And then you go,
Sell you a dream.
yeah. Then you go with your fools. But
Mhm.
some men, capable
Of doing
of
so.
doing it and do it.
Mhm.
But your life becomes his life.
Right.
And you think it's fine. So when you start having the issues, you keep on complaining and keep on telling everybody, but telling your friend, Charlie, this. But you
He promised you a house. He ain't promised you he can be in the house with you.
exactly. But you, he might promise you in the.
Wow.
He see life. This whole love thing, this word love, got a lot of people in trouble. I can't tell you there's no love, and I can't tell you there's love. But what I can tell you, when people say they love you most times, is that they're trying to say, I love you, that means you become me. I want you to become me. Not that I want me and you to share.
But that is why so many marriages and relationships fall apart then.
Hey,
Because
Tony,
I cannot become you and you cannot become me. We can coexist.
we can. We can coexist.
But a lot of people don't want to coexist respectfully.
Yeah. See,
One thinks that they have to always be on top of another person
yeah.
under. Why we can't be side by side?
No, because I in this house, I pay the bills. You all sing to my tune. Who cannot sing to my tune,
Mm-hmm.
then I can shut you up. Because you ain't got no say.
I pay all the bills. I
Yeah.
do this.
Shut up
I ask
and
the boss.
shut up and shake. Or shut up and cook food and go sleep.
So
Mhm.
the infatuation side of the spectrum, um, is that such a bad thing? I mean, it's at the beginning of a relationship, and usually it is more emotion than anything else.
But
But again, it's based on the things that you bring and make me feel.
but most time, if you develop yourself
Hmm.
and engaging yourself into where you want to go and where you want to go, people now come together somehow
Hmm.
and they work it together.
And if they
Mhm.
are not the type of person who wants to walk with you and work with you, then because you have yourself together, you should also, and I'm not saying it is necessarily always the case, because you have some people that have themselves together and they still allow people to come into their lives and trample them and basically destroy what they have built in themselves.
Mhm. And let me go back to the tree because I will use the tree as a
Mm-hmm.
bait.
Mm-hmm.
You get a plant, you plant in the ground, use the gardener. and you water that plant,
Mm-hmm.
and you water that plant, and you try to force that plant to grow, you know what the plant is doing?
If you give it too much water,
What it does?
you get waterlogged.
Okay, and what waterlog does?
Flop.
Okay, hold that thought. Keep that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you water that plant and just water it the way it's supposed to go,
Mm-hmm. It will flourish.
it will flourish.
Mm-hmm.
It will what? Bear what? Whatever.
Fruits. Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The fruits of love. Love, joy, what?
Okay. But if you give it too much, the problem with marriages, the problem with
And
relationship.
if you don't give it enough, you
Yeah.
left the other side
Yeah,
off.
there you go. I get it. And the problem with relationships or love, this love talk,
Mm-hmm.
is that the plant sometimes getting water on one side,
Oh. That means it's insufficient,
yeah, and the soil is
inadequate,
depleting,
and the soil.
depleting.
Oh, okay.
And then,
So you have to pay attention to the soil as well as the water.
well, let me give you the big
Picture.
picture.
Mm-hmm.
After you married and call this love,
Mm-hmm.
and I get you to stop doing what you're doing, to come live with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I get you start singing,
Mm-hmm.
waking me,
Yeah.
you know what happened?
According to your program.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened to the plant?
What?
Then a bug comes.
Okay.
Fruit fly attack
Mm-hmm.
it and dry it all up. Bite it all to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens in love. Because they never prepare for the fruit fly. They never call the pest control man to spray the plant. They never put something on the plant, iron to help it.
Fertilizer
And that's what happened with love.
ah,
This bug has
it's a
come.
very good analogy.
Yeah. See, one end, what's right going on?
Mhm.
Now let me put it in the bag, package it now,
Mhm.
and I bring it back to man and woman.
Mhm.
You give the woman money, you give her love, but you don't give her no time. That's the bug.
That's the fruit fly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the bug.
And so
And so eventually, she started not being consistency no more.
because you stop being consistent.
Yes.
So let me
She
say
stopped
this
cooking.
though. But let me
She
say
stopped
this.
cleaning.
Yeah.
She now find an excuse. She now hanging out with friends. It goes from one to the next. Then she starts sweethearting on you. See, it goes from one to the next. The bug.
Okay.
Once you let the bug in,
So let me say this
back.
though. The bug may come in, and whilst you may be responsible for caring for the plant itself has a level of resiliency, and the plant begins to show signs to you. And you now, if you miss those signs, because it is important that the plant, and you notice it when the plant doesn't get sufficient sun, if you're paying attention, you notice the yellowing in the leaves and the limping of the branches and so forth. So I say that to say that sometimes the carer may forget or may become a little negligent, but you're the plant and you know what you need. So begin to tell, begin to show the signs because it takes both parties to keep the love and the consistency in that relationship vibrant.
but because this plant, like you say, is resilient
Mm-hmm,
and fights all these things off,
mm-hmm,
that is what you call it,
mm-hmm,
and them call it the love, or I call it consistency.
mm-hmm.
The love will say no. I ain't going nowhere. No,
Exactly,
I will fight for this.
exactly.
But if you fight for something that's not yours, or you fight for something, it's not really love. Why are you fighting for something and you fighting this bug off? Because you shouldn't be fighting this bug off. Because me, who's the man, called the pest control man.
So I am hearing you now say that really the male should be the one to protect love in the relationship,
sure,
safeguard it.
sure. Woman has a tendency to go around. Woman has a tendency to run man. Woman has a tendency to act crazy. See,
But
woman, let me go back. Let me go.
Mhm.
Don't let me lose my check. In the Bible days, woman stayed home.
actually stayed home right up
Right.
to
So
the
so the men went out for the
mid
food, and men
1900s.
and men and men.
Mhm.
The Bible tell you the man find a woman,
Mhm.
he find a the Bible says woman find a man.
Mhm.
So is the man responsibility because he's the stronger one? Because you got me? He's supposed to be the strong one. And he knows his wife in emotions.
Yeah.
And so he should be always on his game. Consistency. Honey. Consistency. Consistency. Woman's supposed to be the weaker vessel. We take it in biblical times.
Yeah.
So this tree, the man, and if it ain't two fighting it, because one.
But that brings me to the
Don't
point.
bring a boy to fight now. I listen to you.
Now, two things.
Do this.
The first thing when you talk about the man doing, and what I see within the Bahamian context is men lack the essential skills
No,
for keeping it going,
no.
for expressing. Men are not emotional,
Mm.
women are emotional,
Woman and emotion.
right? And then secondly, you all leave it to the woman to take the lead.
Nope.
You said in a show, in a previous show, it takes a woman to make the relationship.
Yeah, because that's what woman thinks. That's what woman does. Now let me
I was saying
no
men abdicate their position.
w- woman has now taken a rule
Mm-hmm.
that if I don't do it, it'll never get done.
They
Because
because we can't wait. We ain't
yeah,
got no
because
patience.
woman want it now.
I know what
And
I
woman
wanted. I
want
want it now.
and woman has this thing about them. They want everything to look good.
Yeah. Aesthetics.
Yeah. And it's all about a show. If they will take that energy and develop the man to take the lead, you won't have a problem.
Right. Support, encourage,
Yeah.
share. But then the man must be open to her
No, the
encouragement.
first
He
time,
must be open to her support. And then
man,
even
man, but the first time,
Mhm.
the man ain't do something you say do, and he ain't do it, and you leave it there, live it. You all get up and go do it. You all even get a man a chance. You know what's amazing? Woman asks a man, I need $20. Again, and when I come back, I bring $20. No, 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 no. You supposed to have $20 in your pocket. Use mine.
So there
So the
are
pressure of the
okay.
old fool who's man,
Pressure.
yeah, the
Yeah.
pressure, the old fool is man, he's shaking in his shoes because he feel like, oh, I don't hear this woman. So
And if I don't get it, she going to somebody else to get it. So
exactly.
it's a number of things that cause it, the insecurities and all that other kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, we're working against the breeze, Denise.
Oh, it's
She said the sound is low.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we gonna do? See,
No,
see.
no, no, no. It
Okay.
ain't gonna make a difference.
Yeah, the breeze is beating us bad out here. So,
Yeah.
but see, in marriages, we have too much people just riding the marriage,
Yeah.
just riding the wave.
But everyone must bring something.
But let me ask you a question. Now you know I like to ask some hard questions. Let me get a little closer so they can hear me good. Could you take a dog a stubborn dog?
The dog ain't gonna drink water even if it's a friendly dog unless
Okay,
it's ready to drink.
okay. So most of these married, right? These women is married these dogs, right? No, no, no. They marry these dogs and
Mm.
they expect a miracle of these dogs.
Oh, okay.
But if a man is a dog, you can. He's a dog. You marry a dog and you expect it. See, this is what creates all this problem in relationship, and then we call it love because I kiss you one night, and that kiss was so powerful
Mm-hmm.
that I'm in love, and you don't understand what comes behind it. See,
So we gotta be like the young people and realize a kiss is a kiss.
right?
And I was looking at a podcast this week, and basically I discovered that love was not a requirement for marriage
Nope.
back in the day.
No.
It is something. It's a new invention of
Yeah.
the
So,
1900s.
like I said, what is this talk but all this love? Everybody talking love. And
Yeah.
love.
So
Let me tell
so
you,
so.
my mother
Mhm.
in her day
Mhm.
or before her day, you know why the marriages will last long?
Right.
Let me tell you why. The parents used to pick. The parents used to pick. The parents say, "I got a good son. You know what? You need to bring your daughter, or they came to church and
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
It wasn't quite the same as it occurs in, say, the Indian culture, but it was similar. It was just that, parents did it in Africa and all the other places. There is a dialogue amongst the adults. And then, too, character was very important, and that was the basis on which an individual was picked. Your character.
and your parents, yeah,
Yes.
and the pastor of the church used to say, oh, this, you looking for a wife? That's what I did. And they should stay together
Mhm.
through all the troubles and problems.
Even today.
But you know why they should stay together?
Mhm.
Go back to my conversation. Consistency. Because back in the day, men used to be very consistent the way he loved his wife. Very consistent. What he did, he go to work, he come home, bring all the money.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
He
But
he makes sure she went to church.
yeah, I,
He's
I,
very
I
consistent.
appreciate what you've said in terms of the women and taking over. And I think
And this is not to be the woman now, so you all got this right.
the independence, I don't need you, and the attitude, I think it's the cultural change that has driven this shift that men are no longer stepping up to the plate because of fear of being managed. And no man wants to be managed by
A
a woman.
woman. And you said it earlier. Women will say this all the time. If you ever listen to women, let me listen to the biggest lie woman has put on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want my man to be in charge. I want my man to be in charge. I want my man to be in charge. Yeah, this is this is the type of this is the type of thing you used to do. I
Mm-hmm.
want my man to be in charge. So much. That's what they will say.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say this, they don't mean it.
Well, basically, they don't want somebody who is going to be manipulative. They want someone who, as you illustrated earlier in the discussion, someone who is attentive, someone who makes her feel appreciated, respected, and cared for.
Yeah. And so you have where you have where um you have where women still they will say that,
Mhm.
but they still don't let the man run.
Lead,
Yeah,
yeah. Mind you have different personality
because women have so much
types
emotional. See what's go wrong in
and expectations,
yeah,
societal pressure,
yeah.
and basically that transformation of trying to convert you into the man that their friend have.
You you you'll make you'll make listen to it. You will make a beautiful wife if you will allow your husband if you allow your husband to really run the show. Now, I'm not talking to you women out there who got the man who, like I said,
Abusive
the
and
man who lousy, abusive, and the breeze are going like crazy here, but we still survive. And see, love is like it's like a wire. It has a twist. There's a tie.
And the connections
And
have to be
yeah.
right.
See, and too long in the Bahamas we have so much lion marriage. You ask a woman, how you know? Oh, be fine, he's a great. Go in the house. You don't touch me. Don't come around me. See, you don't have to tell me your business, but
So
what you
there's
need
two
to work.
sides to the coin, one
Yes,
for the public and one for inside excuse me,
most
inside the house.
most times women and men
Hmm.
need to work on their marriages, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
And it's not a some marriages break up. There's no reason.
But Tony, you know what I also heard in this podcast that I listened to is the demands that is placed on the individual by the say the the demands that women place on men and men place on women. Say 100 years ago, because we are now standing alone as opposed to living in communities where social needs, needs for laughter, needs for attention, it is saying that the demands are unreasonable, that women and men have too many expectations of one individual. You're expecting this one individual to meet all these needs that it takes a whole community to meet,
And see, let's go back to
not only in raising children, but in supporting
yeah,
marriages and
yeah. And
relationships.
let's piggyback on that. Let's go
Hmm.
back to the relationship topic, right? We go back to
Hmm.
love.
Hmm.
There's a lot of relationship that the woman or the man needs each other to be happy. Why you need me to make you happy?
Right, right.
You should be happy the fact that you're in this relationship with me.
Yeah.
You should make
But
yes
your happiness shouldn't be dependent on you.
right. See, I might can make you smile.
Hmm.
I might can make you feel good.
Hmm.
But it's not my job to make you happy. Because when I start making you happy, then I'm doing things of the character to make you
Hmm.
happy. So what I'm doing, let's look at what we're doing. I am I'm trying to find out what make you happy. Buying you clothes, make a woman happy.
Hmm.
Sending her to beauty salon, make her happy. Giving her money, making her happy.
Hmm.
So when I then do all these things, then what?
Then
Where do I go from here?
there's some added
So
features to be
so,
added. So
so
you
now
should just
so,
add some more stuff
so
to it,
every day,
so the demands will get higher.
right? So
Hmm.
every day I creating this atmosphere to
Hmm.
make you happy.
Right.
Now I can run out of something
Hmm.
because it's going too long.
Yeah.
I can run out of something,
Yeah. And
and I
then
can
it
get
can be impossible for you to satisfy
right, and I'm get
her.
tired of something.
Hmm.
And so this is what happens in marriages today. They run themselves
Aground.
aground,
Hmm.
and then there's no more. Then
Use them.
there's no. Cause see,
And there's no creativity, no innovation to create new
but I,
experiences.
but I,
And that's what a journey is about. We're never the same from one day to the next. So we have to have open minds to be creative. Love is not static, it is something that has to be fed, like you said,
mm,
the example of the tree.
yeah,
And so you have to, because sometimes even the fertilizer that you use on the plant, it like you say, it may need different ingredients, and that's how relationships
yeah.
are. And you have to be able to learn, be willing to learn, be willing to discover new things and grow with your partner.
Okay, now, last before we close,
Yeah.
I go back to my tree because I use that as a base.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I need to face these folks. I gotta face them.
Mhm. Mhm.
You water the tree.
Wow.
Give it, you water the tree. You give it fertilizer. You give it dirt. You, every day you consistently take care of this tree, and you try to get this tree to grow. But guess what? The tree died.
What went wrong?
So, this thing y'all call love, just that. You love the tree, you nurture the tree, you give it
Give it
all. You
everything,
give it all,
and it
but it
still
died.
died.
So
So what do you do?
that's why I say, don't depend on this during love thing. That can't get you. It's consistently. You gotta be consistent with what you do because if you're consistent after that tree died and you consistent love that tree, I can guarantee
Miracle grow?
you could grow it again.
Okay.
And
So we're gonna.
consistently, yeah,
So I guess next week we will talk about
yeah,
how
how
to
to grow the tree.
revive a
And
dead relationship.
that love, you could go on and nurture it. Man, you love it so much, you give it all this love you're talking about.
So Tony is gonna tell us how to revive
Yeah.
a
So,
dead
so
relationship
that's
next week.
why I say this love don't change nothing.
Yeah. It requires input
And I
and
will bring
output.
it to you next week.
Input and output. Two
And
way.
and so, show for the day. Sorry, I know you want to engage a couple more. I hope nobody else.
No,
We
no,
didn't.
no. But
Tony,
mhm,
Denise,
yes,
just saying hello to y'all. Thanks for showing up,
yes.
making it Sky, and making it consistently. And Sky, love you. Yeah. And so once we be consistently,
Yeah.
we'll be fine. So
Okay.
next week we will continue
Reviving,
that tree.
reviving the tree
Yeah.
after it
And
dies.
remember that tree can that mango tree can grow plum. So you asked the question, Linda, what love is and what love
Love
and
or
love and
infatuation.
yeah, the love of
So
fluctuation.
infatuation really lasts, they say, a maximum of 6 weeks.
And the tree
After that, the feeling
so
disappears.
again.
Infatuation lasts 6 weeks to 6 months maximum.
Mhm.
After that, pushback, woman, man, whoever it is,
And
gone.
and the tree dead.
Hmm.
Same thing.
Right.
And so when people throw love around, and I just want to say this last thing and then we go. If a man loves or likes you, before he loves you, gotta like you first. If he likes you, he'll be consistent. When he call you every afternoon, he call you every morning, he say, Linda or whoever, and talk and have a conversation. And every day he will call to make sure you okay. Make sure you're in good shape. That's consistency. Once he be consistent, he is now showing care.
So if he consistently call you every day and one day you don't hear from him, what to do?
Kick him.
You know that ain't true, Tony. You call him because something could be wrong.
Yeah.
Something could be wrong with him.
Something definitely wrong with him.
Something happened.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
happened. He got another
So,
woman.
anyhow, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, I
that's
I like the people to
another
say.
story.
Like the
Tony
people
know
say.
that don't go
I
so,
know the
but
but yeah, how they say. I just want rum, no juice. Just rum. Don't
all
give me no
right,
juice.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Have a good one.
And we want to say hi to all of our regular followers, Sharon Andrews and Andres, Sharon Brown here in Nassau, Sophie all the way in the US of A, Maria Doonigan all the way in the US of A,
My loving sister.
Tamara,
Loving
Tony's
sister.
sister and her contingency of friends,
Freeport crew.
Freeport and the US, yeah,
And the 100
and
Jams crew.
yes, all of you that follow us and
And
give
the
Tony trouble at the end of the show. Thank you
Diagnostic
for
Dental
joining
Center.
us.
And the whole
Okay.
crew. And the whole passe.
So take care, everyone, and we see you again next week, same time,
place. Same
under
time.
the tree.
Wash your hands. Forget the mask. Wash your hands.
Bye, Sky.
Bye bye, Sky. Love you. I just want to know my